Okay, y'all, so I just watched Rolly versus Teo, and I gotta say, it's one of the fights that I've ever watched. The walkout started with Teo looking like a military admiral, and Rolly walked out with that mean mugging stare we all love. My goat. Now we get into the fight. In round 1, it was pretty much a staring contest. It was a feel-out round. I mean, you gotta love it. Round 2 was not what I expected. I mean, Teo started out, and he was looking like the aggressor. He was walking Rolly down, he was getting those body jabs in, and it looked like a good round for him. But I will say, Teo's face did start to get red a bit from those hooks from Rolly. Round 4, the audio on the zone starts to tweak out a little bit. That's when you gotta fix your audio, dude. Which they fixed after I said. And Rolly knocks Teo off balance with a check hook. At this point, I got it 3-1 in favor of Teo. He just looked too athletic out there, but slightly slower than where he was at 140. But in 5, our GOAT, Rolly Romero, cuts Teo and hurts him hard. Ooh. Still 3-2 Teo. Round 6, as Rolly has been the whole night, he's been looking pretty patient. He's fighting okay off the back foot, but he's just not connecting enough for me, and that's why I have it 4-2 Teo. Round 7, Teo caught Rolly with a couple counters here, but just to make it interesting, I'm gonna score it 4-3. Look, it might be a pity round, but sue me. Now in round 8, where is Rolly's activity? I don't even know where it is. What does he even do? I'm scoring at 5-3 for Teo. And like in the last round, Rolly just doesn't throw anything, man. I just really don't see him landing much or throwing much at all, and I think that's the biggest problem we saw tonight. 6-3 in favor of Teo. Round 10, Teo landed another massive shot. Looked like he was just gonna outpoint Rolly. It's looking horrible. And in round 11, I could confidently say that it was looking like a boxing lesson. Teo was right. Round 12 came, and I hate to say, man, it was do or die for Rolly. He either needed to get a big bomb or get Teo to be stopped, and that didn't happen at all. This guy, Rolly Romero, continued to do his Shakur impression. Why? I don't even know. And by that point, I knew it was over for our GOAT, and I had it 9-3 by the end of it. And the judges thought similarly. I mean, the majority decision for Teo, well-deserved win. But there was one judge that scored that fight as a draw. Who in their right mind thinks Rolly Romero won 6 rounds in that fight? I mean, Rolly Romero thinks he won 6 rounds in that.
Look at my face. I got hit with what? 2 clean shots the whole fight. So, I mean, if that's enough to beat the champion, that's enough to beat the champion.
I don't know what fight he watched. I know firsthand that sometimes whatever you think happens in the ring doesn't actually seem to happen in real life, but it gets to a point, man. Teo looked like Teo, but just makes me wonder. How bad is Ryan Garcia? Ryan Garcia loses to Rolly, who also lost a tank, but beat Ryan. And I know fighters can evolve, but now it starts to really make me question how good Ryan Garcia really is. We know he looked good against Barrios, but at the same time, Barrios is a really hittable guy, and he was tailor-made for Ryan. He was brought in there to lose, and let's be honest about that. Anyway, enough dwelling on the guy who wasn't even in the fight. Let's talk about some possible matchups. First, let's talk about Rolly. See, this fight made me realize that as champ, he had a lot of options at 147, like the Ryan Garcia rematch, but all of those just evaporated with this loss. Well, actually, I don't know about all of those. There's one guy I want to see Rolly Romero with, and that's with my other GOAT, Mario Barrios. Look, man, they're 2 guys who lost their titles at 147, and they're kind of memes in the sport of boxing. I mean, I think it would be a fun fight just because both of their styles mesh really well together. Now let's talk about Teofimo, the takeover. Teo, on the other hand, just opened up a new realm of possibilities here. Firstly, since he won the WBA title, he has his mandatory Jag Catterall. As much as I want to see Jag get that shot, man, that fight would cure insomnia for generations. I can imagine both guys pot-shotting their way to victory, and I think that'd be a dreadful watch. But there is one rule in boxing that's saving us here. Unifications take place over mandatories. Teo could unify with one of the other champs at 147, and I honestly think he has a couple winnable fights here. Now, I thought Haney and Paro were in negotiations, but I guess not, because Paro just called out Teo over Twitter to, come unify. Now, I'm going to be honest, guys, I need to brush up on watching Liam Paro, but I think it's a winnable fight for Teo. Teo also has a pretty good shot at beating Ryan Garcia if he gets through Conor Ben, which he most likely will. I mean, as I said before, we really just don't know how good Ryan Garcia is, so I think it's going to be interesting on that fight night. Also, I think Haney, well, we'll call him Debo, it's just not a good fight for Teo. I mean, hey, look, y'all. I'm 16. Maybe I just don't know shit about boxing, but that's all I have to say. If you have any thoughts, please let me know in the comments, and please subscribe. Anyway, thank you. Goodbye.